the original recording of the Beatles song that went on to become one of John Lennon's most iconic solo efforts. There are a few moments in John Lennon's solo career that stand out as absolute pinnacles in terms of success. This songwriter was able to go into the depths of inadequacy and loss while also helping to the birth of Imagine, the actual anthem of the peace movement. Without discussing the song's exquisite melody, Jealous Guy seems like the confession of someone who is afraid of their own inadequacies, and as a result, the song might not appear to be a successful one at first. This homage to Yoko Ono, on the other hand, has become an indelible part of the public consciousness and an enduring statement of John Lennon's work as a solo artist. The chaotic existence that the Beatles were leading at this time period is partially responsible for the beginnings of the song. The Fab Four relocated to India so that they may further their education with Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. Ringo was the first member of the band to leave, and he criticized the food and expressed a desire to return home before Paul McCartney, who was worried about leaving. By making the decision to remain, John Lennon held out alongside his close friend George Harrison, who was the impetus for the introspective voyage. During their time spent in the ashram, which afforded John the ability to focus only on his music, he penned a number of songs that would go on to become hits in the future and would later be included on the album that would be known as the White Album. One of them was titled Child of Nature, and it featured a childlike figure. It was sketched during the group's journey with the intention of embracing spirituality, and once they returned to the UK, it was recorded in its rough version at George Harrison's pad in Esher. John Lennon postponed the recording of the song because he was having trouble getting the swing of it. After a significant amount of time had passed, the song was rediscovered, and this time it was accompanied by lyrics that discussed his relationship with Yoko Ono. Following the event, John argued that the song was literally a song about jealousy on a profoundly spiritual and intellectual level. You, like I do, have a propensity to feel envious of someone you are in love with and to want to possess and own them completely. This is because you want to be with them all the time. I have a deep affection for Yoko and a burning desire to hold complete ownership over her, despite the fact that I have always considered ownership of another person to be a pointless endeavor. I'd prefer not suffocate her if I can help it. If you come across something worthwhile when you're young, you'll want to hold on to it because, up until that point, you haven't had much to work with. It is not uncommon for you to end up killing it due to your repeated attempts to grab it. After John Lennon's untimely passing in 1980, the song would eventually make a comeback and reach the charts again. Brian Ferry, singer for Roxy Music, made the decision to cover it, and his lounge-driven performance was brought to an emotional conclusion with a whistle solo that was absolutely perfect. Despite this, the beginning and the difficult path that led up to it are both established facts that cannot be challenged.